When it comes to character, I don't look at the character. Character is second to me. First of all, whole film,
Yeah.
because audience will look at the film on the whole. If character gives me challenging, the character gives me inspiration, the character gives me, what drives me, then I will take it any level to portray.
I know a lot of people think looking great on screen is a very frivolous thing, which it is not.
It's not.
It's a very serious business
Yeah.
where focus is given to how you look, your fitness, your body. Well, whenever I look at Katrina Kaif, I feel very inspired. I mean, whenever I feel like okay, I'm gonna eat a donut or I'm gonna eat something, okay, and then like, I'm looking at Katrina Kaif, okay, no, I can't
Oh,
eat
you're
it.
just as
You know?
pretty.
So I'm trying to tell you, like, and as an audience, today we look up
very
to stars.
honest. Yeah,
you know,
true.
and I look up to stars too.
If you've watched the trailer of Syeraa, you must have noticed that the movie is nothing less of a spectacle. Right from the choice of actors to the sets, the costumes, everything is larger than life. So let's find out all about the movie as Tamannaah and Chiranjeevi join me on the show today. Welcome.
Thank
Such
you.
an honor. You look very beautiful. Thank you for being
Thank
on the
you so
show.
much.
Thank you.
When I was watching the trailer, I noticed the scale of production. There's so much money involved, such a huge team. They say that when you put so much effort in a movie, right next to the release, you start having sleepless nights. Is that the case here?
That's right, true.
Lot of nervousness.
You're admitting. Yes.
What
please.
about you?
I think there is a sense of nervousness, but I think there's also a large sense of belief and faith in the
Yeah.
film because I think genuinely, be it Chiranjeevi sir or be it Charan or be it the director Surinder Reddy sir or the entire cast and crew has literally left no stone unturned to to do the best that we can for the film, and that came out of just the sheer fact that we were also passionate about the film
Right.
and the characters we are playing. Because for me, this is definitely once in a lifetime opportunity where I get to play a character who's so strong, who of course belongs to that period. But as a woman, I think every woman of this generation will relate to her because the character I play is fierce and strong, and so is every woman in today's time and age.
So true.
So I think
like that.
however period the film is, it still is so relevant, and I'm sure all the emotions that this film is going to rake is going to it's going to make you feel patriotic. It's
Yeah.
going to make you be on the edge of your seats. It's got a very thrilling screenplay, so I think that's something that people can look forward to in Syeraa Narasimha Reddy. And the person who's playing
course.
Syeraa Narasimha Reddy, the one and only Chiru sir,
Of course.
I think that is going to be a spectacle.
When I was reading about the movie, though, I read that there was a war sequence. There are multiple, I think there are 3. But there was one particular one which had 45 crores spent on it. As actors, when you are on set,
How much is it? 44?
45 crore.
No, it is 75 crore.
Oh my God.
That war took place in Tbilisi, Georgia. We were
My
there for almost 1.5 months. 15 days rehearsals and 1 month shooting.
my God.
And done by Levi Tucker, a Hollywood stunt coordinator. Almost all we built a township there. Almost 300 horses and 4,000 people in few days and 2,000 people in particular days. And in the film, it looks like we enhance the crowd into 10,000 versus 10,000 to that extent. And there it is a very expensive schedule.
Very expensive. Tell me,
Yeah,
what
that
does it
war
do?
took place. This climax war.
Climax.
Took almost 70-75 crores.
That's a
it
lot.
happened. Yeah.
But what does it do to you as actors? Because when you know there's so much money involved and there's so many expectations riding on your performances. So in your head, when you are, say, walking to the set, is there a sense of nervousness because there's so much responsibility?
No. Once we decide to make Syeraa Narasimha Reddy,
Yes.
and we know pretty well how much cost it will, 10 to 20%, 15% this way or that way, and we mentally make up our minds.
Yeah.
So how best we can give, that's a focus while shooting. So budget and other things, money spending, these things will not come into our mind, sure.
Okay.
And on top of it, we are so confident, there is no doubt at all about the content of the film. It is so emotionally, so strong, definitely it will touch the heart of the people. It is such a very good subject.
Right.
It's a universal subject.
And such a-
So more than
yeah.
spectacular, more than visual wonder. It is more of a subject and emotional content subject. I mean, this is. So we are confident, definitely, whatever you spend,
Yeah.
people will like it and they'll give you back money,
So
the
true.
revenue wise. And so we don't have any apprehension while spending.
Right. And they also say that good casting is half the job done because you have
Yes,
actors
that way.
who can portray those characters and are like those characters.
That
In
way.
terms of that fact, what do you think resonated on a personal level? I know you really wanted to do this project. For example, how did you feel you can also do justice to such a challenging character?
It is very, very challenging character.
Yeah.
And transforming into Narasimha Reddy, the mental preparation has to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm known for dances and and comedy and all these things. But
Yeah.
here, there's no such commercial things. There's no dances and no steps, no comedy is nothing. It's very intensive character, very serious character. So for that, I have to transform into that character. I have to do justice. For that, mental preparation is so important.
Yeah.
So I think, as everyone expecting, I did my job to my
Of course.
satisfaction. That
We're
is
sure
the
of
way.
that.
Yeah, and everybody's support, like Tamannaah did a wonderful character in that, and Nayanthara as my wife, she did other character, and above all, though it is a cameo, Mr. Bachchan Saab, and he is great to accept this character. It's
Yeah.
just love and affection on me made him to accept this character. That way I intended a lot to Bachchan Saab. I had to owe a lot to them. And I think, and above all, his blessings will be there to the Syeraa Narasimha Reddy.
You know, I want to talk about this cameo from Amitabh Bachchan. But before that, Tamannaah, there's not much about your character online. There's so much mystery around. And can you tell me a little bit, much as you can, because I really want to know.
So I basically play a classical dancer, for which I needed to prep a little bit because I'm not a classically trained dancer. But dance has always been my passion. So so when I was offered the part, I was actually very nervous because whenever you have to, whenever you have to do a classical dance form on screen,
Can't go
there's
wrong.
a lot of responsibility
Yeah.
in that, and that was actually freaking me out a little bit. But I think my director was extremely supportive of me, and my choreographers were very supportive, and they really helped me do my best in the given circumstance. And yeah, I mean, for me, I think this is probably for me a lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity, because such an intense character in a film that's scaled so big, with so many characters, having this strong a part was something that is definitely a dream for any actor.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful to Surinder Reddy, to Chiru sir, for giving me this opportunity in this film, because I know for a fact that this character will be extremely memorable, and maybe because I had the good fortune of being a part of a film like Bahubali.
Yes.
Somewhere I thought that how am I going to ever up that, and how am I going to ever get out of that? People who've seen me as Avantika, will they ever be able to kind of get out of that and see me in some other avatar? And I feel like this film has that potential where when people will walk out of theaters, they will have, they will resonate with Lakshmi's character, and they will take some of her back home.
That's so good to know. You know, because as a cinema lover, I would love to see strong female characters, and I'm glad that cinema is evolving in a way where women have so much to do.
Absolutely.
I've wanted to ask something. You know, you've done 150 films. This is a 151
One.
film. I don't know how to say that. 150 first.
First, 151.
Yeah, first.
Yeah, and so many
151st.
films. I'm sure like a plethora of films have been offered to you. Suppose there's a narration happening from a producer or a director, and you hear the story, you love it, but you feel like the character offered to you can be played better by one of your contemporaries. For the greater good of the film, have you ever suggested that to the producer, that maybe for your film to be a better one, have you suggested another name to the producer ever?
Yeah, when it comes to character, I don't look at the character. Character is second to me. First of all, whole film.
Yeah.
Because audience will look at the film on the whole.
Yeah.
So I also see the when they're narrating whole film. Is there any emotions, why people, common audience, should see the film. What made him to see the film and like it? So those ingredients are there, whether there is such ingredients are there or not, I'll watch, and then immediately I'll see what my character. If character gives me challenging, the character gives me inspiration, the character gives me, what drives me, then I will take it any level to portray it, and that way I'll see and I'll accept. I try to do justice to my character, and that's how I look into the
Okay.
stories when they are narrating.
Yeah. What about you? Ever suggested another name? No. You always felt
Very,
like the
very
character who
greedy
comes to you
actor.
is yours.
I'm a very greedy actor. I don't have any such high
That
standards.
is a good thing.
I think as an actor, you're always looking out for something that excites you and takes you out of your comfort zone. So if I see such a part and it's extremely meaty, I would never let it go.
Never let it go.
And in this film, she has done a fantastic job, especially towards end. The way she looks, the way she attire, the way she dances, that expressions. I've never seen her before. I have seen almost all films of Tamannaah,
Even I
but
have.
she looks entirely different.
Very.
She involved so much into the character. She understood that character so much, and the portrait she delivered. It's wow.
Coming from him, my
Really?
my days made, my years made.
No, it's right.
My ears made.
My years made. When Chiranjeevi sir says that, that's it. Like I remember when I was on a film set, on Racha's film set. That's when I actually met you properly first time, maybe. Right?
You and Ram Charan.
I and Charan were performing,
Yeah.
and we were doing a song. This was about 8 years ago,
Yeah,
approximately.
also 6 years.
7
yeah.
years ago. And sir had come to set, and I was doing a dance number.
We were doing,
I was doing a hip.
I was stunned the way she.
It was a belly dance move. It was a belly dance move, and sir being like, for everyone who's
So
a dancer.
immediately I asked the director,
Yeah.
are you going to cut? Yes, sir, that angle, this angle. No, don't cut it. Because in my angle, I wanted to see further length. She is looking, she's grabbing my attention. She's looking wonderful, and please keep that shot.
And that's why Charan
He
didn't
made
get a
it.
shot.
He made the shot, single shot only.
Because of that, oh my God. Taman, I have to ask you, you're a gorgeous woman, okay? But have you ever been reduced to that? Just talking to you woman to woman, what happens is when you look good, people assume you to be just that,
Yeah.
and they don't expect any other quality out of you. Have you ever felt that limitation in your career or otherwise?
There are, fortunately in my career, I've had a cross-section of films come my way. So I've not just done any one kind of, fortunately I never got stereotyped. I think that is something I'm very lucky, very, very lucky that in this, I think it's been about 11 years since I've been working down south. And I've touch wood never gotten stereotyped. Maybe I've also consciously done that I never wanted to get into any one thing and get stuck into it, because I myself am someone who looks out for something new every time. But that tends to happen, like you said, it's completely up to you as a woman. You take that decision whether you want to get stuck in a certain rut or you want to explore further and you want to do different things.
Yeah.
In my case, and with all due respect to everyone who looks great on screen and works very hard, because I know a lot of people think looking great on screen is a very frivolous thing, which it is not.
It's not.
It's a very serious business
Yeah.
where focus is given to how you look, your fitness, your body, and I think it's a huge inspiration. And it's also, fitness is a very basic human thing which every human should look into. And people for me, for example, whenever I look at Katrina Kaif, I feel very inspired. Like I wait to watch her songs.
True.
So whenever I feel like, okay, I'm going to eat a donut or I'm going to eat something, okay, and then I'm looking at Katrina Kaif, okay, no, I can't eat
you're
it.
just as pretty.
So I'm trying to tell you, and as an audience today, we look up
Very
to
honest.
stars.
Yeah, true.
And I look up to stars too. So I feel like beauty is not something that you can only say it's only beauty. It's a lot of work, and it's a serious business.
Yeah.
Fashion is a serious business. People sometimes think, why is one person obsessing over one shoe? But there is actually a full industry working around it,
Right.
and it's a big business.
Yes.
So I think when you actually give importance to these things, they add value to the whole ecosystem.
You both have reached a point in the industry and have that kind of fan following where you can run movies with your face in it. Do filmmakers come to you, offer you great amount of money and tell you to do it? And if you do not believe in the script, how do you say no to it? How do you turn down an offer to a good director? Maybe you would want to work
Maybe
in the
for
future.
newcomers, it might be difficult to say no.
Okay.
And a person like me, if I didn't like the subject, just for money, we never do that.
Okay.
At this juncture, definitely it's not healthy.
Right.
And definitely we'll say no.
Like point blank?
Yeah,
on
With
the
all
better-
due respect,
better
of course,
initially,
with all due
of
respect,
course, of
with all due
course,
respect,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
But yes, it's very important to be honest. Like there have been times where I've heard a script and I have honestly given my opinion that
You'll say no,
I'll even say if I don't believe in it, I say please don't make it. It's like if I don't believe in it to that extent. So I feel like it's just it's see at the end we have to be honest to our craft.
Right.
And the day we stop doing that, that means that's the end of it.
Right.
So the first thing is honesty, and then of course, then
Before
it's
lakhs
destiny.
of
We
people
don't know.
saying no, better you say no.
That's true.
Better.
And when a film doesn't work, doesn't go down with the audience or something, they are too quick to judge the actors, but maybe sometimes it's bad production, it's bad direction, it can be anything. Do you think the audience can be very hard on you sometimes? Criticism-wise.
I think it's our responsibility to take it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
we are the medium. I mean, the reason people, whatever, all the crafts that have worked together, somehow to a film goer, it is what we are the final face of it. So that's why this job is not every other job. An actor's job is unique because the emotional, the mental, the physical, responsibility that comes with it, and everything becomes very personal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like any other job, okay, he messed up his job, but in our case, it's very personal. Like if
Right.
I messed up, it's I have messed up. I've not had a bad day at work.
Yeah.
It's I who have messed up. So I guess this comes with the kind of job we do. Being an actor kind of has that, and if you are say a superstar like him, then the problems are even way bigger. But then I think when we can accept all the love and gratitude and so much support from people, I'm sure we can take
The
criticism
criticism
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a mixed bag. You have to accept both. You can't just have only the good stuff and not have the bad
True.
come your way.
Both
so
sides of
you
the coin,
accept
yeah.
both of them together.
You talked about superstars. Let's talk about Amitabh Bachchan's cameo in the movie. I heard you say that he was so sweet. He did not even charge for the conveyance. He came on his own, and he was so happy to work with you. He was looking forward to it. You also gave him the liberty that you can shoot in the language you want because he's not friendly with Telugu.
Yes.
I want you to talk about this bonding that you have with actors in the industry and how it really helps work. It sort of rewards movies in that way. Talk about that bond.
Yeah, in that way, all said and done, we are like-minded people. That's the reason we are into the film industry, acting. So we have a common feeling. As morning when I was talking to Bachchan Saab, he said, by default, the love and affection will be there among all the actors, irrespective of their language. So, because we can relate with them, how we have come into the industry. So, that makes you love other guys also, like Mohanlal, Rajinikanth, Kamal Hassan, Mammootty, and here is Sudeep and the great legendary personalities like Rajkumar, Amitabh Bachchan here. Like that, no, with Amir Khan, Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Hrithik, and everyone. No, we have a wonderful relation. Whether you meet him or not, you tend to love them because you can see yourself in them. So that's how we have a wonderful relationship. Whether you know him directly or not know him, you admire him, you adore
True.
him.
Right.
So that's that kind of good relation will be there. And because of that only, when I asked Kamal Hassan and Mohanlal and my brother Pawan Kalyan to say few lines, I asked them to give the voice for the Syeraa intro and conclusion. And without taking time, they said yes, and they gave in their voices.
How nice.
And here Kabir Bedi ji has given his voice.
Yeah.
So All these things, not for money, it is for love and affection.
Yeah.
They did. Like great Amitabh Bachchan Saab, he did with all his love and affection towards me and my family.
It was such a beautiful thing that you just said, that the love and affection that exists even when it's work, because people have a lot of wrong notions that artists are only concerned about money and the fame, but it really is not like that.
Yeah, in Telugu, Nagarjuna, myself, Venkatesh, Balakrishna, and other young heroes, all we'll meet now and then, we'll spend nice time, and that way it is prevailing very healthy relation among ourselves.
What about, like, how proud are you as a father, because Ram Charan has produced the movie? It's your dream project. It's been 12 years and it's now, you know, getting its legs in front of your eyes, but it's your son. Out of all the people who's produced it, how does it make you feel as a father?
Yeah, being in the film industry for 41 years, I never try to be in the business, though I can do.
Yeah.
Because my bent of mind is different. I want to prove as an actor, I want to be in the films, acting career. I never thought of making and doing a business, but whereas my son is smart enough, because he is looking the world from on my shoulders.
Yeah.
So he has got that business mind as
Yeah.
well. I want to make 150th movie after my politics period,
Yeah.
comeback film. He said, instead of giving some other guy, why can't I want to do that. I said, okay, you can go ahead. So he took the chance. And when it comes to this film, because of the budget, so he said, when we are confident enough to do this film, we do ourselves. So why you want to risk someone?
Right.
So I said, go ahead. That's how always my encouragement will be there for Charan. And I'll feel the way he dealt with this film project and film this thing. I'm really happy and I'll feel proud.
Should be.
Of
It was such
Charan
a beautiful
Charan.
thing that he said that he was asked that because it's his dream project, does it burden him to make it and get it right? And he said, my father's given me so much that don't talk about this film. There's so much more I can do for him. It will never be enough.
And especially,
so beautiful.
Especially this film, he's like, making my dream
Yes.
true. So he said, my dream is to do a costumes drama. I never had a chance out of my 150 films. But whereas he got his second film, Magadhira of Rajamouli, as a costumes drama. After seeing that film, I said, I'm jealous of you because you got chance to do
Does it
a
happen?
costumes drama. I wanted to do, but I
You
couldn't
see
do
his
that.
films and you feel like, oh, I
I
wanted to
should
do
have
it.
done this character. And it is there in his mind when this film period movie comes, a lot of costumes drama, most of this one. He said, I should fulfill the daddy's dream.
So
So
sweet.
that's the reason he wanted to make this movie by himself.
So lovely.
And he has done fantastic. And simultaneously, he was very busy with, he's very busy with Rajamouli's Triple R movie.
Right.
That's also pan-India movie.
Yeah.
And along with that, he also done his job as a producer, very satisfactory.
Very satisfying.
Yeah.
Lovely. Tamannaah, when you talk about supporting actors, like for example, Bahubali, you had a significant character which made a mark, but the focus was there on Prabhas, at least in the promotions and the promo. But supporting actors have such a huge role to play. They take the lead character forward. Do you think sometimes in a male-driven movie or when the central character is somebody else, that supporting characters get ignored or maybe don't get their due?
Well, for me, both these films, be it Bahubali or in fact Syeraa, when I was looking at the promos that they've released, I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that each and every character was given their due, and what a spectacular shot they kept for everyone in the promo. And because here I think the idea is not just a specific person, but it's also just the film and the vibe of the film, which is what we're trying to communicate through a promo.
Yeah.
I think I've been extremely lucky. Both the films, be it Bahubali or Syeraa, I think I got a lot more than I could have ever imagined. And for me, Syeraa will be, I think it has the potential to, for everybody who remembers me as Avantika, for them to kind of get out of that and then, now remember me, say, as Lakshmi. So I feel like this film has that potential, and I've really enjoyed myself being on set this film, and I've been very excited. Like, how when you're about to start starting your career all fresh, the butterflies in your stomach, or just the sheer excitement. I think I've felt like this on this set, and I hope that kind of resonates with people.
Marvelous. Such a beautiful conversation. I know that I'm not talking to just actors and performers, but to very warm people who have so much passion and love for their craft.
Thank you.
Speaks volumes of the career you had. All the best for the movie.
Thank
It releases on the 2nd of October. Watch it in the theaters. Do not watch the pirated version. It's a crime.
Thank you. That's true.
All the best. Please entertaining us for many, many years to come. The journey's just begun.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
So much.